Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com, bringing you another edition of Pioneer Curious, trying out a Rakdos Dragons and Pioneer with 2 removal spells and an unlicensed hearse, and 1. We're going to keep it on the back of this Surveil land removal. I mean, we've been playing a lot of We've been playing against a lot of creature that heavy decks in this. Ooh, perfect. Is that an artifact? Sacrifice this case, put 4+1 counters on target non-creature artifact. It becomes a 0/0 bird creature. Non-creature artifact. Do we dare? We have 2 fatal pushes, so I feel like we're just going. We're just gonna pass. We can respond to the trigger, I think. I think getting greedy here is not going to be the way to go about it. And also, okay, so they have controlled 3 more artifacts. I'm just confused now, I guess. Oh, you pay 3, sacrifice this case, then you put the counters. Got it. I'm with you. I'm totally following along with what's happening right now. We are going to surveil. 1, 2, we need. Put that in our graveyard. I mean, we need a 5th land eventually, but I'm hoping that we find something else between now and then. 2 lands in our hand already. So they have some redraws. This is an interesting deck I haven't played. Okay. That's bad for us. And they're artifacts, so our go for the throat isn't going to do anything. More lands. We're going to go ahead and do this decadent expensive taste now, because our opponent plays 0 mana spells, and we might get. What is this? Alright, so that's a little bit of removal. That's good for us. Costs white though, so we're going to have to make a treasure token first. So now they can just run this back, hit us for 4. We don't have a removal. Our shields are down anyway. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. It's a good draw. Indestructible. Exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls. So the race is on right now. The race is on. Another expensive tastes. So we want to get a treasure. We can just start blocking or chump blocking, and that is, I don't know if that's really a winning strategy, to be honest. Playing one of their lands, even though we want to empty our own hand at this point. Man, we're going to be taking 9. We really need to get. Okay. Maybe they just need a treasure token, to be honest. And they may have a counterspell, so. That sushi would have been good there because we could have blocked, got the treasure tokens, and then gone about our business. But now you see like they're setting up for this counterspell or kill spell. Hoardmaster. That didn't get out of counter. I mean, I'm assuming this is about to get countered. So Shrapnel Blast. Oh man, I love this deck that our opponent's playing. Holy cow, what a great everything. Yeah, I mean, just Shrapnel Blast on top of it, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, well, could plot or do Expensive Taste on our turn to see if we can find something, but I think we want to do Expensive Taste on their turn. Too bad our opponent's not talking, because I just love their deck. So good. I'm so glad this deck is a thing, because I've really thought about building a similar deck in Pioneer now. A lot of reach. All right, so we'll bring in the Brotherhoods in. Those seem pretty good against our opponent. Go for the Throat seems pretty bad. Shieldred's Edict could be good. Thoughtseize, I don't know how good Thoughtseize is. Fable, I always take out Fable, feels like. Just a little slow. Opponent doesn't want to talk. That's oh, there they are. Now they're talking. I guess we could have brought in Crux of Fate, but those indestructible lands, you know. And we got real lucky. I mean, we had some answers. We kept 2 fatal pushes. We answered, but their threats, man, they had ways to. There's been additional things printed to make artifacts into creatures, which like that case that they solved, and then had the perfect land plus the scissors. I mean, they had a lot of what they needed to execute their game plan. See if they got lucky again. We, on the other hand, we had stuff to interact. We drew well. We found something off of them. We had to take a big hit in order to cast it, as opposed to find a way to make a treasure before then. If we'd had that Magda out a little bit earlier, maybe we could have done License Hearse. But man, they had it all. I mean, look, their deck played exactly how they wanted it to. They fought through some removal spells. 2 Shrapnel Blasts, the Scissors on the indestructible land, the way to make the birds. I mean, that honestly, like, I don't think we'll see how consistent it is. I mean, but that's one of the best draws that deck can have, and they played it well. They didn't run out the Scissors into open mana. So I mean, they played it our opponent knows what they're doing with this deck. Hopefully they're not. Not that I told them I was going to put it on YouTube. It's taking a while to sideboard, but either way, cool deck, played well. I'm not sure. I mean, that kind of hand, it would take an equally powerful and interactive hand that we did not have to keep up. We have a Fatal Push. We have two interact. All right, well, we don't have enough lands. We could really use that Brotherhood's in. That might have been what we need a mulligan for, but nice Boros colors. We saw that one white spell. Nice. They just have a lot of powerful ways of Magic now has a lot of ways of just incidental artifact generation. Land. We just want to hit lands at this point. That unlicensed hearse is looking worse and worse. Opponent's probably thinking, all right, well, we can get a hit in. They won't. They bring in removal. Do they already have removal? We know they have that one white spell. And they do. Sacrificing their clue. All right. So we just really want to make a land drop. Kept the 2-lander. Don't punish us. Oh, deck. Why? Why? All right. Well, it's going to be like that, I guess. I mean, we've lost our fair share of games with this. Now they can scissors up the Discover 3. Wow, what a fun deck this guy's, or gal, whatever this person has built. Okay. Ah, they got Ward 2. Well, that makes me sad. So many cards are just incidentally good against or have incidental ward on them that make them so powerful. Not to mention that the all right, well, we're gonna just have to pass the turn and hope that our opponent doesn't do anything. This Explorer 3, man, what is going on with him? Like, look at this card. Uncommon. And this guy, Ward 2, uncommon. What a nice deck our opponents put together. Well, this is going to hurt, but sacrifices a non-token creature. We could have done this at and we still had a fatal push up. So, but they're going to make this into Discover 3. Yeah. Man, this is even with the mistake, Shrapnel Blast, sure. Even with that mistake, I think we're going to be too far behind. Our opponent's got some sweet synergies. Have the Shrapnel Blast, multiple ways of making things into creature artifacts into creatures. We're missing land drops. All right, well, we do find That's the first step. Now the second step we need is a Brotherhood's End, I think. I just think we're too far behind. We missed too many land drops. It's turn 5. We're only now making our 3rd land drop. So we made turn 1 and turn 2, and then we missed 3 and 4. So we missed 2 land drops, and then misplayed with the ward, obviously. And it's just an artifact. It's not even a creature. All right, well, now we're taking some beats. Question is, do we want to go ahead and, I mean, if we take 4, we're dead to Shrapnel Blast. So I think we have to try to keep our life total high enough and then use and try to clear that way with Brotherhood's End that we do not draw. All right, well, we can block and either get treasure tokens or get exile the top 2. I'm not sure even what to do with that. 3 treasure tokens is nice. We could play Magda and get a Scorpion Dragon immediately. This indestructible business, though, it's ruining our day. Is it forever? Oh, as long as it remains tapped. All right, yeah. Gonna exile our Atsushi, which needs to die for us to get any value out of it. We are going to take a big hit and be within shrapnel range. It's basically Brotherhood's End or bust at this point. I mean, we can play a Magda as a chump blocker and hope they don't have an answer. And our opponents just had it all again with cheap threats, synergistic cards to make threats, plus removal. Brotherhood's End, please, maybe, give us a chance. Nope. I mean, just picking us apart. I mean, all I can say is it's good for our opponent. What a great hand they've had. Just it's a beautiful deck put together nicely. Like I said, don't get me wrong, played well, but the synergies are just. I mean, the way our opponent and the synergies are great, but the way our opponent has drawn, it is something else. The way we have not drawn. I mean, we're still left with needing a land, and now we're probably dead. Brotherhood's End. I mean, that is really what we're after. So, I mean, Brotherhood's End, do we get our own lucky draws? I mean, we kept the 2-lander with removal, and we just missed land drops, so. In a way, that's one of our better draws, but I think we're still dead to this thing because they control 3, but they can pay 3, put 4 +1/+1 counters on things, and then we are dead. So we'll see. We'll make them do it. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? I think missing land drops, we're going to lose this game more often than not. But against against our opponent's hands in particular, I would say we're gonna lose more often than not. Just a bit of everything, all the synergistic parts they need to make artifacts into creatures, backed up with removal, card draw. I mean, it's a really sweet looking deck. And yeah. All right, good GG's. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Wanted to show y'all. Well, this is what we were drawing. I don't know if you got a chance to see it. It was there for a second. No more lands. We were drawing straight into dragons for days. We would have been 7 dragons had we lived 4 more turns. So, and sometimes the luck is against you, but it is what it is. Again, thanks for watching. Catch y'all in the next one. Another edition of Pioneer Curious. Thanks for watching. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. If you haven't already, please check out my website where you can read about my various commander brews, watch gameplay of my modern jank, and read my science fiction fantasy novel of the pod kind that I'm publishing serially. And if you enjoy my content, please check me out on YouTube, Johnny Cycles. Click that subscribe button. Everybody counts. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.